Alright, this is a review of the Ruger LCP 2 in 22lr, the Lite Rack. So here's the box. See what's inside. Got our manual, some cards from Ruger, some little shop for accessories, join the NRA. Thank you for purchasing your Ruger, 20% coupon at the shopruger.com store. So there's kind of the standard fare things that come in there. Comes with a little pocket holster, the firearm itself, the chamber flag, one magazine. Fits in the pocket holster like so. Nice little gun. Comes with, of course, the standard lock, and looks like a Ruger decal. So that's what comes in the box. One thing I forgot to put back in the box when I was going to show the unboxing is this little load assister. Comes with it when loading the magazine. The feed lips are actually quite sharp. You can see the profile here. They're actually quite sharp, and if you're loading this a lot at the range, they will cut into your fingers and cause you some pain or discomfort at least. So this little load assister goes in and allows you to just make that just a little bit easier so that you don't have to cut up your fingers while you're loading it. So that did come in the box with the pistol. So this is it. This is the LCP2 in 22lr. It's pretty fun. It's got a lot of textured grip here. Really, you get 2 fingers on, and that's about it. That's all you get. So, but it is really small. A very, very small magazine is pretty standard. It's a Ruger. It's labeled 22lr. It's got a little extended base plate so that when it's in the firearm, your grip, you can get good 2-fingered grip on there. Okay, pinky kind of goes underneath like so. On the slide, we've got the front serrations for press checks, or it actually is called the Lite Rack, and that's for a reason, because it's super light, easy to rack. The magazine does lock on an empty magazine, and I should also say it has a magazine disconnect. So if you without the magazine, yeah, your trigger does nothing. With the magazine in, the trigger, it's got the blade safety, and as you pull back, there's a little bit of take up, and then it's a nice crisp break. Reset. Right there, nice audible click, like so. In the manual, Ruger does say that this pistol is okay for dry fire. A lot of times 22lr you don't want to dry fire, but Ruger in the manual did say that these are okay to dry fire. So it's okay to use the dry fire to practice that trigger, that kind of stuff. On the slide again, so front serrations, rear serrations are a little bit deeper. It might be hard to see on this, but the front serrations they're not very deep, but they do give you just enough grip. And again, it's called the Lite Rack because it doesn't take that much pressure to actually rack the slide. But then the rear ones are a little bit deeper for easier grip. And at the very end, the last one, see if I can get you to see that. These last slide serrations are like little wingtips. So there's a little bit of extra purchase. Like you just grab those and rack the slide. Okay, so they give you that little extra bit. Now this pistol does come with a safety. It's kind of an interesting safety. It's right here. Back is safe. You can see some focusing issues here today, but the safety, it says S in there. It's all black, so it's kind of hard to see. And then forward is fire, and you got a nice little red dot for fire. So red is dead. That's how you know the red is for fire, like so. So if you leave it on fire, I've heard some people say that when you rack the slide, it can create issues where you actually engage the safety while you're racking the slide. I have not found that to be a problem myself. Right? I mean, being right-handed, I tend to rack the slide like this, and so it's kind of hard to show you, but my front fingers are like this. And so as I rack the slide, I'm not engaging that safety. Now I have tried, and I can make it engage the safety. Like if I grip it right here with my thumb and I pull back, I can make it engage the safety as I pull the slide. And so I can see where some people, based on their technique, they may actually engage the safety. So I would just say, if you do get this pistol, you'll want to be careful. Make sure you practice so that you're not engaging the safety as you rack the slide, because you do not want to engage safety while you're racking. But another thing to try is simply, whenever you use the pistol, just sweep your thumb forward. It comes off easy. A little bit tougher to get it on going backwards, but that forward, it's very natural, very easy to get the safety on and off, like so. All right, the sights. So the sights, it's got little texturing, serration here, and I've heard that's to reduce glare on the sights, so you don't get glare on the sights. The rear sights are all blacked out. The front is also all blacked out. You'll notice mine has a white dot on it. I put a little spot of acrylic paint on there. You can use nail polish or something like that, but for me, I prefer that sight picture where the front sight is white and the rear sights are black, because that, especially in a small pistol like this, gives me a better chance to focus on that front sight and get the aiming well. Just to give you a little size comparison. So here's the LCP2. Compare it to another Ruger pistol. This is the Ruger SR22, just the standard SR22. And you can see this SR22 itself is not a very big pistol, but you compare it to the LCP2, the Lite Rack, and you can see quite a bit of difference. So I put them like this. You can see significantly shorter, skinnier this way, put them up this way. Definitely the LCP2 is a lot thinner, and so on. You can see quite the difference. So LCP2 is definitely meant to be a small handgun, and just for fun, let's compare that to the Ruger Mark IV. Nice little target pistol, and clearly the LCP2 Lite Rack is dwarfed by the Mark IV target pistol. Okay, not intended for the LCP2 to be a target pistol. Okay, it is definitely not intended to be a target pistol. However, it's surprisingly accurate. I took it to the range, put about 300 rounds through it, didn't have any issues. No failure to feed, no failures to eject, no failure to fire. Everything worked perfectly well. The ammunition I used was just this Federal bulk pack. I've heard people say that the bulk pack stuff sometimes has problems, but that was not my experience. This is a 36 grain, copper plated hollow point, muzzle velocity 1260 foot per second. It's just a box of loose rounds, right? Pretty standard fare. So that's the stuff that I like to shoot. Got quite a bit of it on hand, and like I said, zero issues. About 300 rounds that I put through it. So I've been very pleased with this gun. In fact, accuracy-wise, what I did is I didn't have very high expectations, to be honest. I figured it's so small, it's going to be hard to control, it's going to be hard to really be accurate at any kind of distance. So what I decided to do to test the accuracy is do the NRA instructor qualification, just to see. So in NRA instructor qualification, it's not terribly difficult, and some people might laugh at what it requires, but it requires a basic amount of skill. And so essentially what the NRA instructor qualification is you have a target at 45 feet and you fire 20 rounds, and you need to have them within a 6-inch group. And so again, that doesn't mean it's terribly accurate. However, I was able to, the times that I did actually try the instructor qualification target shoot, I was able to qualify all 20 rounds within the group. In fact, my group was smaller than 6 inches, which was kind of surprising to me. I was not expecting that much degree of accuracy out of this little pistol. So any problems were certainly shooter related and not pistol related. It is fired from a standing unsupported position, and anyway, those 20 rounds, 45 feet, and smaller than a 6-inch group. So to me, that tells me that this is plenty accurate. So any inaccuracy obviously is just going to be myself, the shooter, and that's something that can be worked on with training. So very pleased with how it performed at the range with the accuracy of the pistol. For takedown, it's pretty easy to take down. So there's a little pin here, and it requires some kind of a tool. Now you can take a spent shell casing, you can take a screwdriver, or you can actually just take the lip of the magazine here, and it will just kind of get in there, pops the pin. You just pull that pin out. When you pull out the pin, make sure you don't lose it. Slide just slides right off. So we've got our frame. Here we've got our recoil rod and spring, and the barrel comes out and slide like so. Easy to clean, easy to lubricate. Very, pretty standard if you've had any kind of semi-automatic firearm before. The takedown is fairly similar. So this reassembly is just the reverse. Pretty standard, pretty easy. Just get that lined up, pop that pin back in there, clicks in place. Function check, good magazine, pop the magazine in, function check, good to go. So that is the Ruger LCP 2 Lite Rack in 22lr.